Morning, everyone. It's morning coffee time again, and we're going to go ahead and launch right back into our Logical Fallacies series. And today we're going to talk about loaded questions. I'm going to go ahead and read from the Logical Fallacies poster. Asking a question that has an assumption built into it so that it can't be answered without appearing guilty. Logical question fallacies are particularly effective at derailing rational debates because of their inflammatory nature. Recipients of a loaded question are compelled to defend themselves and may appear flustered or on the back foot. And here's an example. Grace and Helen were both romantically interested in Brad. One day, with Brad sitting within earshot, Grace asked in an inquisitive tone whether Helen was having any problems with a fungal infection. So, I think it speaks for itself. I think the problem with loaded questions is it goes back to one of the things that we talked about in the very beginning of this series. You know, when entering debate, your goal has to be to understand each other and come to either at least an understanding of each other's positions or some kind of a compromise or, any kind of, a positive resolution. And with loaded questions, very rarely are you going to get questions where the goal is to bring out and get to the bottom of each other's points and opinions. As with their example, Grace basically is asking Helen about fungal infections in front of her Brad. So Brad's going to be like, "Oh, Helen got fungal infections." So I think this one pretty much says, speaks for itself. Don't ask loaded questions. Don't make the point of your debate to undermine, belittle, or destroy the other person. Make the goal of your debate to attack their opinions, definitely, and get to the bottom of what you believe is a logical conclusion to what your stance is. But this, I guess to the second point, this also goes into attacking the person rather than the debate, right? So make sure you're not doing loaded questions. Make sure your questions and your opinions, or your points of discussion, are all geared towards the topic of debate and not attacking the person or trying to do over-inflammatory items. If you got any questions about loaded questions, keep them unloaded. Go ahead and send them to me, and I'll do my best to answer. And tomorrow we will cover the gambler's fallacy. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and leave you to it. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.